Alright, am I talking now? Hold on, guys. Am I talking now? Hold on, wait. That you're saying, wait, hold on, was I not talking? Was I muted the whole time? My bad. Okay. I'm probably gonna cut this part out. When the stream just comes. Yeah, my bad. I didn't know I was muted. I'm sorry. Okay. Welcome. Okay. But anyway, welcome. So I was saying, thank you so much. I saw 10 people waiting for the stream, and I was very excited. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Alright. Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, still for 10 people. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. Alright. Well. Yeah, my bad. Alright. Anyway. So I was just gonna say, yeah. So hold on. Yeah. Here's the pre-ground. So today we're gonna be going over these 3 units. The newest unit, Ullr, and I'm just gonna call it Ullr for this video because I don't know how do you pronounce it. So I'm just gonna say Ullr. Ullr, and the 2 newest retrofit, that is the Mazinkaiser Saga and the Percival Glory. So this is what we're gonna be going over today. And if you're watching this later, if you're watching this stream later, everything I talked about will be timestamped in the comments or in the description. So yeah, so this is what we're gonna go over, and we have a lot to go over today. And just to wait for people to come, I'm gonna be going over some news that's coming to the latest EN. So yeah. Oh, and this is also a question and answer stream. If you want to ask me any question, feel free to just ask me in chat. Or if you're watching this in from the future, you can always ask me any questions in our Discord or in the comments below. So yeah, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome. I'm so sorry. Welcome the boys. Welcome Randy. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming. Welcome. I did not know I was muted. So okay, so the first news is of course the new skin coming to Ian. Very awesome for this new pilot. This new pilot is also very strong on the unit ad before. But even without using ad, she's a very strong unit that you might want to get. Another news is of course the new battle pass with the Ullr Mecha, and also starting from August 11th. This new mode will be available to be signed up in-game. The Dimensional Odyssey. It's more of a guild-focused PvE mode, so I'm not gonna get into too much detail in this video. I've done a video on it before, so the gist of it is just a huge PvE mode that is corp-focused. If you're not in the corp, or if you're in a corp that is not active, don't worry. You'll be paired with people who is actually active. So very important. There's more info in this channel, and you can also ask Slowcat any questions in regarding to this mode. So it's definitely something to look out for it. And the only thing you really need to be preparing is to find a more active or a stronger guild for this mode. And if you guys want to join our guild, just feel free to come by and join our guild. And it'll help you a lot in this new Dimensional Odyssey. So this is all about a new mode. There's more into it, but I'm not gonna get into too much detail on it because this video is gonna be focusing on the new guide for the thing. So alright, so let's start with, hold on, let me see how many people there are right now. There is 18 people. Welcome. Alright, I'm gonna start with Ullr. So I don't know why I'm in Percival Glory. I was rehearsing, so my bad. Alright, let's start with Ullr. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming. Welcome, Mighty Heart. Welcome, Ness. Welcome. Alright, so let's start with Ullr. So, a lot of you have been requesting on a Ullr guide, and I get why, because oh my god, this unit is so confusing. I actually don't have this unit, but after digging more into it, into the guide, into the frame data, yeah, this unit is is much weirder compared to a lot of new units. For example, this over here is weaponry. You might as well just ignore it because it doesn't exist. If you look at it, like if you look closely, all the things that it has, like all the weapon that it has negative or have a 0 second or a negative 0 second reload time. So basically treat a weaponry as like what part that might be. But I mean, even then, it's still very how do you say? It's still very weird on how this is on how this is shown, I guess. So basically these are not, I mean, it is his weapons, but it's not a traditional weapon that you are used to on the unit will be using these weapons. Instead, these are basically the ammo type for its unique abilities, for its for its swift arrow, for its bursting arrow, and for its dream breakers. So yeah, as you can see, the name will correspond with the bursting crystal arrow and crystal arrow, and here is a swift arrow, but swift arrow is the one that will be shooting crystal arrows, and bursting arrow is the one that will be shooting its bursting crystal arrows. So yeah, I'm gonna get into all the in detail for a second, but I just want to make sure to tell you guys this unit is very strange on compared to a lot of other compared to unit that you guys might be more interested in. Okay, when interested, how to increase gacha drop rate? Okay, if you guys want to know, yeah, so, I mean, I really wish there's a way, There is strategy on how to get the unit much easier, but I can get into it later, yeah, I can get into it later. So, alright, so, you know what, let's start with, honestly, it's hard to talk about what it does without combining everything, because its chances, its weaponry, and its action are connected together. So I'm just gonna start, yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do, right? So, some of our chances, one attack of heritage bow damage that actually yeah, heritage bow that offers letter of the same level. Okay, it's I don't even know how to start explaining on this. So its heritage arrow, its heritage bow is basically its first weapon, the special melee, and it's a bow, so that means it is the same. How do you say? It's what this does is basically it goes with all of its it's hard to make you guys. It's hard to make it understand. So basically, everything is connected. See, it's a bow. Of course, the bow is the one that shoots arrows. Therefore, everything is connected. See, the bow, the arrow, and the actions. And so basically, you can just treat this attack of heritage bow. See, it doesn't even have attack. So just treat it, treat the attack as an attack here. So yeah, so basically, yeah, if it's higher than attack, so for example, 200 attack, 400 attack, 200 attack, 400 attack. If it's higher than that, then it'll offer as a letter of reaction to the same level of heritage bow. So it's hard to explain. Again, it's hard to explain. You can even imagine this doesn't exist. Yeah, you can just imagine that as well. Just that that the first change doesn't exist. Well. Meanwhile, itself become immune to burn, frozen. You know what? Hold on. Let me just read everything out loud. Yeah. Meanwhile, itself become immune to burn and frozen debuff when crystal arrow blue hits increase all defense all allies defense, and crystal arrow crimson hits increase all attack. Okay, so let me just make it easier for you, right? Let me just make it easier for you. When the ice one hits, it will increase all of your allies defense for 1 second. And when the fire one hits, it will increase all of your allies' attack for by 50% for 1 second. So that's all you guys need to know for the buffing parts. And how do you say? Oh, and of course, if the enemy gets attacked by both the ice one and the fire one, then it'll deal extra damage. So it rewards for more damage if both of the type of arrow hits. So yeah, God, I'm not sure if I'm talking too fast, or I'm not sure if it's too how do you say, too complicated. Again, if you have any questions, or if you want me to slow down, just tell me, and I will slow down and I'll explain them in detail. So alright, so alright, so let's see. So hold on. Oh, and of course, when they're attacking with a bow, it is also immune to burn and frozen type debuffs. So one good thing to know about Ullr is that you can use it at 5-star, so you don't need to worry about too much about viability if you only get one. That's true. That's true. Yeah, Ullr is kind of strange. I've used my stats to get one. The bow is considered melee type damage. I also put constants on it for proper gear and managed to hit 180k on test. Yeah, so I'm gonna also get into that on why people are using constant on it for the one shot build. So alright, so that's about it. So I just know that it's if the firebow hits buff attack by 50% for 1 second, and the ice one hits buff defense by 50% for 1 second. And its beam one is just the one that and the beam one is just how do you say? The beam one is just the normal type ammo. So And and also let's see, yeah, and when it's attacking, and when it is attacking with a bow, and if the it'll be immune to burn and frozen deep. Alright, so and let's get into first action. So Swoop Arrow, basically what this arrow does is its main attack. Is how it fires its arsenal of weapons. And it will just keep, so reload doesn't matter, it will just keep on shooting its arrow with this moves, and it will rotate between beam, it will rotate between beam, ice, and fire. And again, depending on what type of bow it hits, it will trigger its chances to buff all of your allies' attack or all of its allies' defense. And the reason why it only buffs for 1 second is because this action cooldown is 1 second. So if it doesn't so that means as long as you're continuously shooting your opponents, your whole team will be buffed by the attack and the defense buff by a long time. So that's that very probably one of the best action in the game as well. Because I mean, at the same time, it is its attack option. You know, it doesn't. Again, it's completely different from how other units attack. You know, other units will just use their weapons, but for it needs to use its abilities to use its weapons. So Swoop Arrow is just main attack move. And now we have the counter. Oh, it's not. So it's not a counter. It's a defensive. Yeah, that's a defensive. It's a defensive maneuver. It is a counter, but it's not treated like it is not actually treated as a counter. It's more of just like a bow attack. I believe this is the one for melee, right? Because yeah, the shooting. Yeah, it's the one with melee. It'll basically, if you get attacked, if they're in range, it will bonk you with a bow, and it will shoot an arrow at it. So, not so bad of a counter. Is a very good way to get you're out of harm's way if the enemy get too close to it. And yeah, and arrow side evade. I believe this is also one. Yeah. Basically every evade it will do a shot. To evade, similar to Great New Arm as well. It will dodge the incoming attack, and it will also shoot an arrow right after it. Yeah, support duty. Yeah. It's a very strong support. A very good support duty. Yep. As you can see, it will the dodge. So honestly, it's very like honestly every range unit that does this, that dodges all while attacking is a very good evasive move. But as you can see, when it is evading and doing counters, the only move that it will, or the only arrow that it will shoot is the crystal arrow. So that means that basically means it will not buff your team if it's shooting the arrow with the defensive shooting moves. So now for the bursting arrow. So the bursting arrow is the one that will shoot its level 5 attribute arrow. So the bursting crystal arrow and the bursting ice one and the bursting fire one. And at the same time, if those hits, it will also trigger the chassis buff. So as you can see, if you look closely, what it does, you have a much higher blast radius compared. So if there's enemy nearby, it can also damage it, and just generally have much higher not accuracy per se, but you have an easier time to hit the enemies. Hit the enemies. And also this move, bursting move, I believe it also does not trigger moves such as full evades, or basically it will not trigger a lot of defensive skill, making it much easier to hit units such as Nightmare, where it will just dodge everything. Because for Swift Arrow, there's no way that can hit. Yeah, there's no way that can hit Nightmare with a Swift Arrow, just because Nightmare have a built-in dodge funk, or have a built-in full evade, and this will just never hit units such as Nightmare, and it will not trigger the chassis buff as well. However, you don't need to worry about it not hitting, at least in this meta, because there's a button. You see, the meta now is just a bunch of ads on the fields, right? So there's almost no chance that this bow or this you won't hit something with this move, just because the meta we're in right now. So you don't need to worry about too much. Oh, I forgot to say, when Swift Arrow hits, it will also do a it will also do a 10 consecutive hit afterwards. As you can see closely, it will do a 10. I think each does slightly less damage compared to the initial hit, but it's still a very good tool against, say, if they're running partial, because it's multi-hits. So yeah, again, very good if it hits, but for the swift arrow, it can be easily dodged by any full evade skills. Bursting arrow won't have this problem, but you know, and it's faster. It is much faster, and it is what's it called? And if it much radius, it is a much. It's not as I want to say it is its ult, but it's just like a better version of Swift Arrow. But it does take time to charge compared to the Swift Arrows. Oh, and also it does have iframe when it is charging, so this is also a good thing. Especially for support. So iframe, very good move. And now to the to one of his best move as well is basically the most one of the best move that he has as well is a shield of Shield of Sylvia. Shield of Sylvia, very what it does is I need to open fire. So there you go. There you go. So now that he have activated the Shield of Sylvia, it's basically a shield that that can take 10 hits. And one of the good thing about it is it does it for your whole. It does it for your entire team, and also it doesn't have a duration, so it will only be used up after it take the full 10 hits before it gets before the shield is gone, and it can be used again. And this is one of the good things because say you cast it, right? You cast it and like cast it for your teammates. If your teammate is not getting hit, then the shield will not go away automatically. The shield will still be there until you take basically it makes your teammate, it makes your whole team immune to 10 hit of damage, which is very powerful as a shield, and of course for himself as well. But the only downside that it has is that it is a defensive that if you could see closely, it is a defensive move. Yeah, it's a DEF, and what this means is it will only trigger this effect if it is getting hit. If it is not getting hit, then it will not use this. Then it will not use this move. That means if you try to make it, if you try to make it have skills such as if you have Diagro on it, if you have say Diagro on it, and your teammate and your enemy is not targeting you as much, that means it might not use this very, very awesome shield move for your whole team. So when you're building this, you can also take this into consideration. Do you want to have Diagro on this unit? Because if you have the aggro on this unit, there's a chance that it might not use this very strong shield move for the whole team. So but overall, if it does get used, it's a very, very strong it is a very, very strong shield for everyone, and its cooldown is 10 seconds. So by the time the shield is used up, there's a high chance that it can use the shield again, basically permanently making your permanently shooting your teammates. So very strong shield move, but it has a downside of it being a defensive maneuver. So now let's get into its final move, Dreambreaker. So Dreambreaker is, I think, the first move in Iron Saga history that ignores everything. So it ignores every single defensive maneuver, including, I believe, including Firm Steel. So if someone have Firm Steel, right, this move doesn't care about it. It will, see that move. It will do however much the damage that it will deal. It ignores every single defensive damage lowering. So basically, it renders every part and skill. It renders every part and skill not useless, but it just ignores all of them. It's a true damage, true hit. So, and that's the reason why people is running it with Constance. And because again, one of the biggest weaknesses of Constance is people running Firm Steel for it to not do the most damage. But with this skill or with this move, it ignores everything. So that means Constance will always do the maximum damage. So this is the reason why people is running one shot build on it, because this move ignores everything. Ignores Firm Steel, ignores damage reduction, ignores pilot stats, like the pilot defensive stats, and of course, ignores dodge skill and everything. So yeah, very again, I think it is Iron Saga first that it ignores everything, and I definitely think Ullr needs it because Ullr, again, if it doesn't have this, then yeah, it might just not do much damage with a swift arrow, especially when it is being dodged all the time, or it'll just be more of a pure support unit. This and with this move, it actually make Ullr like somewhat viable on somewhat viable in today's meta, and even in JP and NC's meta with Shinken the Dragon with the one-shot builds. So very strong move, but however, although it ignores everything, it does not it cannot hit through iframes, and it cannot hit through untargetable. So that's I mean, of course, iframe, you're invincible, so there's no way, or a lot of time it's not the part skill that that makes an iframe. It's the how do you say? Yeah, it's game mechanic, so it does not negate the game mechanics, but it does ignore anything that is a skill or parts. So. Oh, and of course, this move also have iframe when it is charging, so if someone's trying to come up with it while attacking it, and it uses Dream Breaker, it will not take any damage, and it will also do big damage to it if the Dream Breaker is aiming at its attacker. And there's a high chance, depending on what you build, and depending on how you build with it, there's a high chance that even without constant, it will do a huge damage, if not straight up one shot like a certain unit, because it's very easy to make this, move do a lot of damage. And at this point, doing 3k damage, doing 6k damage is not a problem. And yeah, if it hits, it's just a one-shot build, like Dorian's AS. Yes, yeah, exactly. Similar to Dorian's AS. Is what this move does. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Downbreaker, ignore firm seal, dream, ignore from ignores everything. Yeah, ignores everything that's not iframe, and that's not ignore everything that's not iframe or untargetables. So I think that's it for its move. Again, a super weird unit. Again, see, reload doesn't matter on a supposedly long range map, because it just doesn't reload. Its reload is its action cooldowns, and it shoots. Again, it's so hard. It's so hard to explain exactly how this functions. I mean, it is simple and it is also hard. Its weapon is here just to show you what can be buffed on it, but at the same time, it's also misleading because a lot of parts also doesn't work on it. See again, these moves, and the reason why so someone had mentioned that these arrows are actually melee type damages, and there's no way for you to know this is melee type damages. But if you think about it, right, the arrow comes out from the bow, and the bow is a melee type damage. Therefore, because the bow is a melee type damage, if you buff the bow, then it should also buff the arrow as well, right? So it's kind of, I guess you can logically like that. Therefore, these moves are actually technically melee as well. So it's so weird on how this is supposed to function. And this also have the quality of missiles, because moves such as because patterns such as, hold on, I'm actually gonna show you guys like a showcase of it. So let me put up a Bilibili video on it. So yeah, just 1 second. Let me actually put on a video. There you go. So I'm actually gonna turn on chat for a little bit, just so we can see how it goes. So I'm gonna move myself as well. I'm gonna move myself here, and I'm gonna turn off the chat just to see, because I don't have this unit, but I can show you guys via videos. So for example here, right? If you see here, again, it is, because it is counted as a missile. So if you use units such as higher on it, it will actually see again. It can be triggered, like the skill can be triggered with like, it's a melee, but it didn't say it is melee. It is missile, and it can be triggered as with Henry's skill, but it doesn't. But although they are missiles, they don't get homing by Henry's Baheron skill. So very strange. Oh, and since we're showcasing that, let me just showcase you guys the one-shot build as well. So the one-shot build, I mean, it didn't show the build here, but it does showcase your one-shotting Shingeter Dragon, because Shingeter Dragon is supposed to be the most tankiest unit in the game right now. But with like, let me showcase here. There you go. And if you guys look closely on if you guys look closely on Shingeter Dragon, you guys will see that. See, Ullr right now is charging up its hold on. I just want to make sure. Yeah, you guys can see. You know what? I'm just gonna showcase like so. If you see closely right now, right, Ullr is charging up its Dream Breaker, and this Dream Breaker have constants on it. That means everything it does will be timed. The damage will be times by 10. And Shingeter Dragon is over here. It's supposed to be the tankiest unit to date. Actually, yeah, it's supposed to be the tankiest unit to date, and just get one shotted, just like that. I guess just give you an idea on how Dream Breaker works and why people is using constants on it right now. And even in EN right now, there's people using the one-shot build. However, I personally do not recommend using it. Again, it's very situational, and if you miss, or if say the unit take a little bit of damage before, then it would basically render your useless. So I don't recommend this build. That's why I'm not I mean, I don't even know how to build this either. So this is why I'm not recommending this build, and I won't and I probably won't show you guys how this build. But if you want to try it, you can definitely try it, especially when the Shingeter meta comes. So I just one shot it just like that. Very interesting. And if you see that after that Ullr is basically useless. Useless, or I guess not Ullr is useless, but more so on the pilots is now useless. So alright, let me open the chat back up, and let me close the thing. And let me close the thing as well. Alright. So I think there's some questions. Can Hongu tech speed up? Yes, Hongu, yes. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that in a bit. Yes, Hongu tech can speed up the bow, and that's one of the ways to actually increase its DPS. So yeah, good question. Yeah, good question. Yeah, basically using that. Yes, you can use Linda on it too. You can use Linda. It's very interesting. Yeah, you can use Linda on it too to buff the bow damage. It's so interesting. Yeah, does it procs with Lila? No, it does not. Yeah, see, Lila is single shot, but although it says it have only one ammo, but again, this is the weird part about it. I personally think the reason is because it's not actually one ammo. It's no ammo. It doesn't have an ammo. It's just, I guess it's what it does. I guess, yeah. But yeah, that doesn't proc with Lila. Sadly, because it's not a single shot. So basically, it makes it a 3v3. Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, Ullr by itself is already a very good support, so it's still a 4v3. It's just Ullr will be not as strong as the thing. But the downside is more so like if Constant does not one-shot one of the units, which happens most of the time. It doesn't one-shot one of enemy's unit. It happens most of the time, and if it doesn't do that, then it's a 4v4, but one of your unit is slightly weaker. It's kind of like that. So if again, it's a gamble, I guess. It's a gamble. If you want to take the gamble, sure. I think it might be fun, but if your gamble fails, then you will have a bad time, I guess. Yeah. So I think that covers almost everything about Ullr. Let me see any question. Is Brian Crimson equipped good? Not really. Yeah. Brian, the one that reflects. The one that reflects the thing, right? The beam weapons, right? Yeah, it's not that good at the moment. The reason is it's not a gun. Honestly, I don't know. See, it's a missile, right? It is a missile, but it can also be buffed by missile, by melee parts. It's so weird. Instead of single shot. Oh no, okay, but this is the thing. Some special weapons that has only one ammo are treated as single shot. So this is the thing. See, this is why people are confused, because usually if it's a special or even a super weapon, if you only have one ammo, a lot of time it might be treated as single shot. So yeah, just a heads up, I guess. a lot of time. Alright, so let's get into the build on how, or I guess not the best builds, or build theories. So this is the theoretically thing that will help you on how to build on how to build Ullr. So will this may be good in boss fighting? Not really. It's not like it's too supportish, and again, the arrow's accuracy and its damage are way too low for even in PvP. It's not really a good DPS choice. So yeah. Okay, so let's go. I'm actually gonna go into the my unsees because I have more parts on it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up this. So just because I don't have Ullr, so this is theory crafting on what will work on Ullr, and you can try this yourself and see if it works. And yeah, and I'm using this because Asuma might be a really good support. Might be a very good support on Ullr. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go for support build. So, and this is what I actually recommend on doing Ullr, because I really don't suggest using Ullr as a DPS. It's not worth it in my opinion. So I'm gonna start with support build. Support build, of course, you're gonna go with let's see. The more you can go with what's it called? I mean, honestly, I don't know. Even in support build, you might want to go for hydraulic, because again, the reason why you want to go for hydraulic is because how it buffs the teammates is mainly by shooting the enemies. So in order for it to support more, it has to shoot more. Therefore, hydraulic is a really good choice for it. Because damage doesn't matter. You want it to shoot as much as possible. So what about type like big mouse? Oh, that's true. That's very true. So if you worry about it to be being targeted by a big mouth pet, you can also go for transmission core, because transmission core also adds melee damage. So it's also a very good choice as well. So it is 5-star. 5 is good enough. Yeah, 5-star should be good enough as a support. 5-star should be good enough. Yes. Almost thinking, but personally, I still prefer, if you're going for support, I still prefer hydraulic as a better support unit. You can ignore this. Oh no, never mind. Okay, my bad. So this is because I'm using this because I don't have Ullr, but again, I'm just decrafting on what we'll work on. So, and for the bullet is it's a time where it goes more iffy. You can go for honestly anything. You can go for this one for more damage. For the just for more damage. Overall, you can go for let's see. Where is it? You can go for I don't think I don't think I have the part. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the purple. You can go for missile as well. Where's missiles? Where's missiles? Where's missile? I mean, you can go for super as well, because like just more damage. You can also go for. Nah, this wouldn't work. Let's see. Missile parts. Yeah, hold on. Missile. Where's the one that adds missiles? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say yeah. So anything that buffs melee or missile parts will work. Yeah, anything that buffs missiles and melee bullets will work. And there's also another unit, or there's also another part that might also work. I'm actually gonna go to EN one with this. So if you want, you can also try out where is it? You can also try out Hyper AP Shell. So again, what this one does is increase knockback, knock up, and stun duration by see again, although it buffs main augment attacks, see what we have linear so basically it like in penetrate. I mean, the bow already penetrate, but what you want to do if you this is if you want to go for a CC build. The last effect, basically what the last effect does is see the knockback, knock up, and stun duration plus 50%. This can really help you if you want to go for a CC build in the arena for the for PvP. So if you want to go for high and for high baby shell, you only need it to be level 1 as well for it to really work. And if you want to extend the CC duration even more, you can even go for what is it called in English? You know what? Let's see. What is it called in English? There you go. Interference device. You know what? I'm just gonna use the EN1. Yeah, I'm gonna use EN1. I think it'll be much easier. So EN1, and I'm gonna change this pilot to like a support pilot real quick. Support pilot. There you go. Support pilot. Here it is. So hydraulic. Where is it? Yep. Hydraulic. Hydraulic. Purple. Yeah. Purple shell, or the what's called the more just more attack. You can also go for hyper AB shell, but for hyper AB shell you don't really need it to be max level because you're only there for the for the CCs. So, and for this one you can either go for missiles. Yeah, again, anything above missiles. You can also go for high what's called high interaction Iron Fist just for even more damage. You can also go for where is it? You can go for interference device if you want to go for CCs. You can also go for where is it? You can also go for, or I guess the better options would be to use emergency detachment. So where is it? I don't have it there, so I'm just gonna put it here. So emergency is also a very good choice if you want it to be more defensive. So you can use muzzle brake to improve stun. To increase projectiles. That's right. Yeah, muzzle brake would be a much better option. That's true. Thank you, TC. Yeah, hold on. Where is it? Muzzle brake. Is it here, right? Or is it here? Hold on. I don't know how it's called in English. Muzzle brake. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, muzzle brake is also a very good option. There you go. Thank you, TC. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. yeah, TC. Yeah. But again, if you're going for support, I still suggest using detachment just for it to stay a bit for it to stay alive for a bit longer. So. Alright, so and after that, wait, hold on, I just realized something. Can this work? I mean, I don't think you'll want this to work, but okay, yeah, I don't know. If anyone tests it, hammer maybe that'll work. I don't know. And first for this one, go for hard shell. Hard shell is still the. I think at this point you always want to go for hard shell. For most unit in the game, either way. So, and for this one, and for coatings, and I mean, if you don't have hard shell, I guess you can go for diagros as well. But just know that again, diagros might screw up. Yeah, the diagro might screw up its chances of them buffing your team with a shield. So, hard shell, no pluming. Would fall in US of Hira drop? I don't think so, because Hira is again like Hira is anti-act, and Ullr actually buffs act. So I think Ullr will only go down once. Ullr will only go down once like Har or Himiko start popping up. Where basically when people start using act, or I mean I don't know. Again, Ullr is the best support that I can get in this day and age. So I don't think we'll see it go down anytime soon. So and for the coatings, again, Diagro is a very good option if you're going for support, or if you want it to be more like a offensive role, you can also go for Tilted. Tilted is also a very good one. And maybe, depending on who you're using with, for example, once Ren come into EN, so let me point out, once Ren come into EN, where is it? Yeah, where is Ren? Ren. Yeah, once Ren come into EN, you can even go for Berserker Coat, or you can even go for Baihu Coat if the AS of your support units are strong enough. So, but that's only that. But if not, always go for just Diagro, Tilted, or if you're going for a pilot that does full immune. For example, if you're going for Mizuki, or if you're going for Water Solo, you can go for full immune team by having by having a radioactive coatings on for the full immune. So that's that. Sony burst, no AS equals food. Yeah, literally, yeah. So and then for the pets, again, if you don't have Diagro on here already, you can always go for the Diagro pets here. So you can go for Hanzo for Diagro, or you can go for Panda for even more buff, for even more teammate buff, because you know Panda also reduce Mecha's cooldown time. So Panda, Panda, Hanzo, Mantis as well. You can go for Mantis if you want. I think you can even go for Crab if you really want to. That is also a fine option, I guess. Again, don't have a low speed. Low speed doesn't really do anything. But yeah, that's about that should be about it for the pet, or the one that I will recommend. So Panda, Hanzo, Mantis and stuff. Alright, so now for the co-pilots. Co-pilots is, I guess, let's see, co-pilots, what do you say? You can, like, how do you say? I would say you can just go for the general range. But yeah, the general range co-pilots. So for example, Rewind. Rewind is a good one. Do I have Rewind? Yeah, Rewind is a good one. Just in case if it doesn't get one-shotted, especially if you're not running the emergency detachment, you can go for Rewind, or you can go for a more, I guess, a more Brine type. Where is it? Not Purify, right? Yeah. You can go for Vitality. There you go. Vitality. Where is it? Vitality, because what Vitality does, it will heal 3% HP every time it uses action. So if you're because Ullr uses a lot of action, because Ullr uses a lot of actions, if you're using Vitality on it, then it can be healing self-healing a lot too. But yeah, like you said, Rewind is also Rewind in my opinion is a better choice, and you can also go for Big Mouth. Yeah. And I believe you can also go for other ones, honestly. You can go for, where is it? Yeah, you can go for okay, so this is more offensive, but you can go for, oops. Do I have a pilot that, you know, I'm gonna go Linda. If you're more offensive, you can even go for Barmov. Barmov might work. You can go for well, actually never mind. Yeah, Barmov might not work for him. Barmov is melee, right? Yeah. So honestly, yeah, the better option will probably be Hongwu. Yeah, Hongwu might work because Hongwu will make your shoot much faster. And if you pair with Linda, then that's some big damage. Yeah, some big damage. Let me pair with Linda. And hello sis, what are you doing? I'm just doing a guide for the for yours. So how do you have so much gold? Wait, mine? Okay, so I have gold because oh, for this account. Okay, for this account, I just have to I guess say so. This is a test account given by Iron Saga officials. So just know, this is not my account. This is Iron Saga's account, or Iron Saga official's account. I'm just using this for guide purposes. So again, if you want to go for an offensive build, you can even go for Hongwu Ko is probably not a bad choice for that as well. I believe there's also other ones that can try. Or you can even just go put on, you know, support part on it. One support skill on it. You know, love, you can put on I'm not really sure if you should put on Elena or something, but yeah, I think that's about it for the build. So this is more, you know what, yeah, I'm just gonna use this. This is more of a support build. Yeah, for Ian, support build. Put on never mind, I don't have detachment on this. I'm gonna get one right now. So support build. Let me get one right now. I don't even have. Hold on. Do I not even have a? Oh, there you go. Support part. There you go. Emergency. There you go. And I'm gonna put on emergency detachment. and I'm gonna put on Hanzo. Yeah, Hanzo emergency detachment, and this one. Yeah, not bad. So this is what I would go for if I'm building for defensive like a defensive build. And I can put on, let's say, rewind. Yeah, rewind is much better if you're going for the a more supportive role. So this is what we'll go with. I might choose a different bullet, like the AP shell, but just for the sake, because people might screenshot this and post it on, you know, different places. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. So this is what I'll go for a supportive build, and this is what I'll go for a more offensive build. For example, yeah, Hongwoo, Linda, Panda, and maybe I'll go for transition core as well. Probably might not go for detachment, but I'll go for this thing. 4 damage build, and because I want Linda to go for A as soon as possible, so I'll go for Baifu, or I'll go for what's it called? And I'll go for Berserker Code. So I think that's all it about your. I don't have a unit, so I'm sorry I couldn't show you guys how this works. But I have seen people been using similar kind of builds to be somewhat successful online. I highly suggest to not go for a more offensive build like this one, and instead try to go for a more defensive role. Just cause, yeah, defensive, a supportive role is more defensive, meaning you can survive longer to buff all of your ads and all of your, you know, Mazinkaiser Saga and stuff like that. So that is it about your. Is there any questions? If there's any questions now, then I'll answer them right away. So yeah, here's the support. Yeah, a really strange support, honestly. It's such a strange unit. It's like, see, if you got this unit, like if yours is your first unit, you'll be so confused. Like I mean, it is interesting though. It is interesting. You have a lot of Iron Saga first unit without, you know, first unit where the weapon actually, yeah, first unit where first unit with a bow and arrow, and first unit where the weapon actually doesn't really mean the weapons. You know, and first unit with the ability that ignores every single defensive abilities in the game with the Dream Breaker. And also, like, yeah, I guess it's a bow and arrow functionality. I'm not sure if there will be a new one. But yeah, the bow and arrow way is pretty interesting. So, how is Mazinkaiser doing against Ad, by the way? I'm gonna get into that. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Mazinkaiser Saga next. So, go on. So, I guess final thought is just very great support. Yeah, very great support. And with the last Dream Breaker, you can have some janky one-shot build with it. Don't recommend using it as a DPS because the accuracy and just the overall, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't feel like it'll do as much damage compared to, you know, something like Dankoga or something like that. If you want to go damage, you might as well just still go for Dankoga or even Marshall or something like that. That'll be much better. In my opinion, so. But yeah. In PvE, I don't really think you can do much unless you're talking about like the map grind. Like if your team is dying very fast, Ullr can potentially help you with that. But that's about it. So, alright, well, that should be about it. Again, any question you can ask me in this live stream now, or you can ask me in our Discord, and I'll do my best to answer it. Honestly, I'm still confused on how half of these things, how half of your works. So, yeah. Alright, so now let's go into Mazinkaiser Saga. Alright, so how is Mazinkaiser Saga doing against Ad now? Not good, is all I can say. In my opinion, at least. I mean, for sure it is better though. It is definitely better compared to how it was before. But I don't think it will change much compared to compared to how you used to do that against At. So, alright, so Mazinkaiser Saga. What has been buffed? You know, overall stats buff with the HP and the Mazinkaiser. I believe it. Yeah, damage. Damage received. If I'm correct, the preprint is 30%, right? 30% to a 35%. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it is both 35%. Yeah, both 35% and also it also copied that didn't copy, but it also got the chassis from what's called from how do you say, from Shingeter, yeah, from Shingeter Retrofits with the, you know, increased action cooldown speed, weapon action switch speed by 20%, but not the movement speed, yeah. And upon activation, why did it not say what activation? Upon active skill activation. Hold on, is there some translation? Is there some translation? Yeah, it didn't even. The translation is not even. Hold on. Let me just double check on the NC just to make sure the translation is right, because, oh god, have they not finished? Have they not finished the translation? Yeah, it didn't even say. Yeah, when you see, it says upon activation. It said upon SP. Okay, yeah, upon your. Yeah, upon your SP, upon your SP4, then you'll get buffed with the with the new buff. Yeah, it didn't even say anything. Yeah, alright. So, and also it gets the better, you know, the better negate damage received lower than 4% of his HP. This effect will be had every 50 once every 50 activation, minimum 1%. I mean, see. This used to be 2% of his max HP, but now they doubled it to 4%. Now it should be pretty, now it should be pretty interesting. That means he will not take damage if you prepare with Harsh Shell for like the first 50 hits, but then after that you will start taking damage. It'll not be a good time. After that, and again, it's in negate. Oh, actually, it's in negate damage. Does it negate CC as well? If it negates CC as well, then it'll be pretty good. If it doesn't negate CC, then it'll be pretty strong actually. Like against even against At now. If it's against Herbie here, welcome, Herbie, welcome. PvP equipments. Wait, for who? For most common. Oh, Kai. Wait, hold on. Wait, there's so much things. I could be 4. I could be 4 at A star with Kai Saga. Yeah, honestly, yeah. If you pair it with Harsh Shell with this new chassis, you might just be able to one shot At before they do something. Interesting, yeah. Very interesting. I thought it would not be doing good against it, but yeah, now reading the chassis again, it just might. No wonder Mazinkaiser was not taking any damage when I was fighting it earlier today. So interesting, yeah, interesting. Overall, a great upgrade, yeah. For the chassis, the survivability, huge upgrade, and definitely much stronger in PvE now with the new chassis that increase, you know, action cooldown speed and weapon action switch speed as well. So very strong. Weapons was mostly the same. Turbo Smash Punch. Let me just double check. So I didn't actually read into like the model changes. So as far as I know, everything's the same, but it got a new final move, which is the Ultimate Kaiser Blade. So I don't think I need to go over much on the weaponry and the unique abilities. It's just, again, brutally high damage with combined with the chassis with all of its weapons. And you can also buff it with. You can also compare with Mazinkaiser with this amount of weapons to make everything that does a ton of damage. So, and of course, you know, a lot of his X ults does even higher damage. Plus, it is also in iframe, just makes it even stronger. So, if you go 4 HP build, can have 60k HP. You know, all damage 1% will nullify. Oh, nice guys! Wow, very nice. Doesn't negate CC. If it doesn't negate CC, then I don't think it might be that strong as Act, because you see, one of the reasons, again, at least from my experience, if you're using Mazinkaiser against Act, Mazinkaiser just kind of trip over the place and just dies. of course, unless you're building against if you're building like a full immune build, then maybe it will work, which is how I will build Mazinkaiser anyways. Unit have pause for a second. It could be grabbed in that time. Oh really? I thought it was iframe. But well, what I'm gonna talk about is its final action. Is so again I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it's a forced grab. From what I understand, it is a very strong grab because it ignores anti-grab. It ignores it ignores treasure stabilizers, but but it does not grab in iframe it does not grab in iframe and it does not grab so the initial hit is a grab but it does not grab of course it doesn't grab G mode because G mode is immune to grab and negative effects and it also does not grab like a very large like a big boss. If a boss is like the trial of origin boss, then it will not be able to grab it. But if it's your normal PvE poster bosses, then it can grab it and do the big damage that comes afterwards. So it kind of looks honestly this move looks a little bit like those like Himiko's moves, but it's also a lot of different in my opinion. So come on, use it. So hit the grab and attack, and of course basically after the attack is similar to Himiko. It kind of set the unit in place, and I believe they're also still in grab, and it will also after that it will cause a huge explode. Hold on, I believe there's like a cross cut first, then there's a huge explosion afterwards. And the closer to the center of the explosion, the higher damage there is. So if the enemy are close or are within the range of the explosions, the damage will be reduced the more outer they are compared to the target. So. And overall, I think it's not too bad because again, although it cannot grab in G mode and it cannot grab big bosses, it can grab through most things that PvE thing throw at you. For example, chassis stabilizers, the normal anti-grabs. Because it ignored those, this move is pretty strong in PvEs and locks the unit in place and it locks the enemy in place first. Then it will do the big damage parts. This is also very beneficial on guaranteeing that the damage being dealt to the enemy, and the AoE effect. And the AoE effect that is just like a extra butter on the cake. That if the enemies are in a cluster, then that will be huge damage for all the enemy team as well. So very strong. And now it's even better in PvE as well. But just like Kiwi said, there's issues apparently that can be grabbed out of it. So that might be a big problem. But see, I mean, okay, that depends on what can grab it, right? If anything can just bump it, like for it to interrupt it, then that's bad. But if you're talking about say like Solar Aquarium grabbing it out of that thing, then I don't think it's much of a problem because that's a job of Solar Aquarium is to grab people out of the thing that you're usually not supposed to be grabbed out of and to interrupt very strong actions. So that depends. So I imagine low gen on Mazinkaiser. I was using Momosaga. I think Momosaga should work as well. So final move very strong. Pretty good in both PvP and PvE, but it does take a long time. It's like 4.7 seconds to finish everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's like almost 5 seconds finishing all the moves. So I'm just wondering. I mean, I guess it's fine because that's how Mazinkaiser is acting anyway, and plus he have a lot of other moves that can use, or I guess a lot of his other moves also have long cooldowns. So maybe having a long action is also beneficial for it to stay in iframe for as long as possible. So overall, very great upgrade for both PvP and PvE. Everything is much better in PvP now compared to PvE, but and let me try to build this in EN. So again, I don't have Mazinkaiser in EN, so I'm gonna go into my NC account to build for the Mazinkaiser. And if you're watching this in the future, just know the better options for Mazinkaiser is most likely a Awakened Pilot stick. So if you have a Awakened Pilot, if you're watching this stream in the future, you can use just Becca's Awaken or something like that, or just any Awakened Pilots, it'll be much better. But since Ian doesn't have Awakened Pilots right now, let me just I guess show you the usual build without it. And also I do have a Mazinkaiser guide, not for Retrofit, but I do have a Mazinkaiser guide for Mazinkaiser. So if you want to check that out as well, I do think some of this still stands up, but there are new parts that might be more helpful. So this is the build that we'll generally use for Mazinkaiser. I have seen some people using what's it called? I've seen people being using Cross or using Lifesteal parts, but personally I like my Mazinkaiser to be doing damage, one-shotting at, so I will still go for Super Robot Fist. And of course Majin Core just even more final damage for the team, and also it can start using its actions much sooner compared to other units, and potentially one-shotting Sun units if they don't have proper defenses. So. And of course, I'll go for Hard Shell. Hard Shell, you don't want your thing to be one-shotted, and plus it should work in tandem. Along with his new chassis. So Hard Shell, and I'm going for a tilted armor, but you don't really need to. You can go for this one, the liquidated armor, I think is what it's called. And because now the new chassis has the effect that that increases action cooldown speed and the switch speed. You can even go for, or I don't suggest it. I still suggest going for a more defensive coating. But if you want to, you can also go for things that can make you use AS as soon as possible. And Crab is also a very good probably the best choice for PvP. But if you don't have Crab, you can always go for G2A. And if you're using G2A, make sure to not use Chassis Stabilizer, and instead use Detachment or SAS plating. So you go for SAS for the anti-knockdowns. You can go for Mantis if you don't. Yeah, Mantis if you don't have that. Where's Mantis? Mantis, yeah, you can go for Mantis if you don't have that. In some degrees, you can even go for I guess this one for even more action cooldowns. You can go for what's it called? You can go for, or if you're not using Hard Shell, you can go for GM13. And because you already have a Hard Shell and this already give you 4%, you can go for I don't know. You can go for Fork as well, Forks, or you can go for more damage. But thing is, or yeah, more HP. But again, more HP might, I don't know. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. maybe. But still, but I think Crab overall is still much better. If you want to go for and PvE, I'm gonna go in PvE later. Yeah, so this is for PvP for now. So PvP for now, just these. I'll put a Chassis Stabilizer back on, and I'm gonna put on Crab again. And I'm actually running, and that is if you're running Knight, right? If you're running the Black Knight, because he can only have special, then I will go for full immune, which is something that Mazinkaiser is very scared of as well. Status effects. So I actually that put on Mapun or Kaede's special skills that decrease all negative effects by 100%, plus and it will reduce, and it will also reduce the positive effect by 15%. But having to negate the CC is much more important. So this is what we'll go for usually for Mazinkaiser, for Mazinkaiser. And if you're going for other units, for someone, I remember someone was using Mo, right? If you're using Mo, you could go for Hard Shell, but I still would suggest to go for full immune. Unless if your pilot already gives full immune, such as say like let's see, who gives it full immune? Let's say if you're using somehow, like for some reason, if you're using the Evo's, for better use, for a better thing, let's try to use who have full immune, or who's not afraid of immune. Yeah, let's go with Kaede, right? If you're going for Kaede, Unko, nani? What? Yeah. So if your pilot already gives full immunity, then you go for you can free the thing up to go for anti-knockdowns. And for the anti-knockdown, you can also go and because you have anti-knockdown as a special pilot or as a co-pilot, you can go for different coatings for even more defensive abilities. But I don't suggest using Kaide on it at all. I don't think there's a point on using it. So, but I'm just saying, if your pilots have, or if the pilot that you choose to use have immunities or have the status immunity. Yeah, let's try Ryoma. Yeah, Ryoma doesn't have status immunity, but it does have knockdown immunities. That means you can be using that means you don't need chest stabilizer. You can use different platings, or you can go for emergency detach. But I mean, at the same time, you will be going for full immune. So I guess you can never truly escape the full immune. At least in this manner. So yeah, this is what I will really go for PvP. Or for PvP. And for PvE, yeah. So now starting from for PvE. But for PvE, for the core and the bullet is mostly the same for more damage. But for starting for the support, you will want to go for just more damage in general. Partial is always the better choice, and of course, use AS as soon as possible. And for this one, you can go for just more final damage buff. What is it? Final damage buff, yeah, there you go. Final damage buff, and for the co-pilots, you can go for let's see, you can go for Bar Mob, I guess, for the extra damage, but I'm pretty sure there's a better one. Wesley, yeah, there you go. Wesley is a better one for PvE, just for more damage. And I think the pilot, you can go for Ryoma as a pilot as well, because again, if you use Ryoma's AS, it'll increase the final damage further. So if you want to go for Ryoma Mazinkaiser in PvE, I think it's doable. And if you don't have Ryoma, you can always try Linda as well. Linda is also a very good one for PvE. However, what's it called? Linda has some trouble surviving against some bosses, so definitely keep that in mind. And if you don't have Linda, you can always go for just other DPS or other melee DPS pilots. So for example, you can go for Apollo as well if you don't have for the cooldowns. And I think that's about it for the co-pilots. For the pilots in general. So, if anyone knows any other pilots that might work for PvP, definitely tell me so I can showcase it. So, so that's the PvP and PvE build. Definitely ask me any questions if you guys want that. I use Q30 in PvE to reduce delay between warning droppings. That's honestly, that's not a bad choice either. I think that's pretty creative. If it's working for you, then I definitely think you should try. Yeah, then I definitely think that will work as well. I personally would just want to buff as much final damage as possible. So that's what I will go with. But yeah. Alright, so I think that's it for Mazinkaiser overall. Great upgrades. Yeah, great upgrades for both PvP and PvE. And yeah, both defensively and offensively, it has been buffed quite a bit. Can it be stronger? Definitely. Yeah, it can definitely be much stronger than how it turned out to be. But it did get a buff, and it's still usable even in today's meta. So yeah, general HP build. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. General build. Yeah. Okay. If you have general build, that also definitely work as well. But I don't have general, so I didn't showcase it. My bad. Yeah, general will definitely work as well. Alright, so now to the last one that we're gonna be talking about today. That is the and again, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me now, or if you're watching this in the future, you can ask me later in the Discord. Alright, so now let's go into the Percival. Oh, so 20 people. Welcome. Thank you so much for staying. Oh my god. I thought I've been speaking too fast. So, alright. So now let's go into Percival. So, what have Percival changed? Alright, because Percival has been out for 2 weeks now, right? So Ian Pillar should have an idea on how it's built. But just in case the people who still haven't, just I guess a quick recap, or not a recap, but like a explanation, I guess. So how is Percival? Percival by itself before the retrofit is already a very you know, it's already a very how do you say? It's a very general. How do I say? It's like it's a unit who is good in everything already, especially in PvP. It have very strong offensive ability and as well as defensive abilities. And one of the reasons is because it doesn't really have a lot of grab moves. And not having a lot of grab moves is pretty good, as you know, if you have grab moves, then you might be screwed with chassis stabilizers. And even the grab move that it has is a force grab. I believe it's the nicest. No, the nicest. Actually, that might be his ult. Yeah, it's a force grab. So yeah, very good. And plus it's chassis, and it's just very strong in making it very strong defensively as well as, you know, it is not immune to CC per se, but it can be affected less by CC because, you know, every 10 hits it will cleanse itself. And also, you know, so yeah, again, it will recover its own HP as well as removing debuff. Just yeah, very good. And of course the shield as well. The shield that I use with the with its ability is also very nice. Not sure if there's any translation error, because I think there's some translation error on the C. Every 10 seconds, Sprinkle Rose. Every 10 seconds, Sprinkle Rose pellets around allies when release active skill. But it's the same thing when you use it. Yeah, it's the same thing when you go into Retrofit, even though it is not the same in NC. So hold on, yeah, that's kind of weird. Alright, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna open on the NC as well, just for better translations. Because again, Ian, I don't know what is happening with Ian. That this does not. Yeah, see, yeah, Ian had both Percival and Percival Glory the same chassis for some reason. But yeah, well, now every 10 seconds, it will use you know, it will use a mine. It will use the rose mine. So very nice. Oh, and one of the biggest changes or biggest upgrades that it does is now the mines actually gives cleansing abilities. So, or not cleansing, it gives cleaning abilities. So at that moves, this move can cleanse things like G mode or something like that, and it will be pretty useful in today's meta, especially, you know, if you're trying to grab people with Mazinkaiser, right? If you can cleanse the enemies G mode with the, you know, with the mines first, then, you know, you can just grab on, no problem. So very strong mines. Yeah, the mine got a big upgrade. Now it can cleanse the debuffs. Very nice. And now of course every 10 seconds that it will set one. Potentially it'll be pretty good in you know, in a clone build. Other shields, but I don't know if clones have enough time for it to use the pellets. So, and of course, and the cleanse, yeah, and every 10 hits cleanse debuff, and also, you know, and also shortcut, and also just basically every 10 hits it'll do it'll buff itself by a lot. Cleanse debuff, shorten CD for defensive actions, reload 20% ammo, reduce action CD by 20%, and recover 15% HP. Very strong for especially for Percival with his you know, with his defensive actions, and of course his new 20% action CD cooldown on, especially for his last move that I'll get into later. It's freaking insane. And of course the pre-kite, the pre-retrofit also have similar abilities, but now it just, you know, most of it just buffed by 5%, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So yeah, 10% HP, 15% cooldown, and 15% ammo. But on the retrofit, everything is just buffed by 5%, which is pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. The weapon is mostly the same, and now it's his weapon. And I think everything should be the same except for its last move. I believe one of its moves is buff, but I don't think it's that is too much of a change. And honestly, and yeah, before I get into the last move, the only downside for Percival really is that it is beam based. Therefore it cannot be used, and therefore it cannot use, you know, like the Absorb Shell with this unit. But honestly, I hardly call that like a downside, because, you know, beam focus actually have their own parts that they can buff them. So alright, so its last move is one of that's the biggest, that's the newest thing that I ever had, and holy cow, it is powerful. Yeah, alright, and let me just get into that real quick. Oh, and that one, and the first card is that one that I just talked about. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you can use it. Why is everyone? You know what? I'm probably use mine. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna use mine so I can make it like a full cooldown build. So let me again, don't try this. I'm just using this as a yeah, that's a cooldown. So we can use as much as the AI as possible. So I'm gonna do this. So what this does, I'm gonna wait until it uses the ability. So what this does. So let's just see for a bit. Ow, stop. Yeah, there you go. A super flash move, and if you look closely, it also changed how Percival's outlook for a good 10 seconds as well. So let me just wait for a bit. Yeah, there you go. And now it's gone. So what does that do? Like, you know, how much damage does it do? Is there any effect? I mean, of course, we just saw it does a lot of damage, right? So what does it do? So of course, the first thing first, it does a crap ton of damage. On the start of that, if you're in the range, it will actually try to drag you in while damaging. Yeah, if you're in the range, it will try to drag you into the center while damaging you, continuously for a lot of damage, and until its, I guess, final blast. That does a huge amount of. It's hard to explain on how much it does, but I guess I can just summarize it. In total, if everything hits without any buff, it will actually does, I think, more than 10k damage. Yeah, more than 10k damage without counting like the attack seat that you can see the nigga get dragon. If you're in the range, you'll be arming dragon, which is very powerful in PvP, especially now like against the ad meta. That if we drag it into this huge chaos of death damage, even if you're having hard shell, you will probably one-shot it because just the amount of hits. You see 22 hits and 6k. Yeah, it's absolutely insanity. Your hard shell might be able to help you to deal with the last hit, but with the amount of hits that's doing to you, you might be just dead before you even hit the last hit down. And you might see it kind of slow, but again, if you're in the range and as long as the hitbox started to appear, there's almost no escape. If you don't have any like defensive move charged, and if you get hit by this, it's most likely a one shot. So, and this is why people have been using Becca's Awaken on it, just for it to use this action more. And I do have a video. I also have a video on it where it just one shots at easily. Again, super strong move. And again, in a testing map that is a bit small, but in the PvP map, the PvP map is bigger. But just know that yeah. If the enemy get caught in it, which they probably will, it's yeah, it'll do a lot of damage. But the scariest part is what comes next, right? Because the scary part is what comes next. That you see how it transforms after the what's it called, the AS, right? So it'll have a 10 second buff on. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I got buff on, so I'm gonna actually show you guys like a image of it. There's an image of it that showcases everything that it does. So let's see if we can show you guys this. There you go. And I'm gonna move the phone here as well. Here it is. So for just G mode defense plus 50%. Typhoon Eyes. Gear control. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, I think that's the one that drags everyone in. Yeah, the gravity. See, okay, so the most important part is range increase of fighting weapon by 35%, and increase power and increase attack power by 50%, and 10%. This just again, this is translated from the JP wiki, so we don't know exactly, or someone may mistranslate it, but just know attack big increase on attack, also heal himself, and also increase like main attack range. Just yeah. So it's basically aside from the huge damage, this is what happens afterwards. So yeah, this is what happens afterwards after the AS is used, and that's why Percival also transform into like a Cola cell. So yeah. Oh, and if you wonder why my Percival looks different, my Percival have a skin on it, so that's why. But yeah, overall, pretty broken, I guess. Pretty broken. Like Percival is already not too bad before. In terms of, I guess, how it was. I mean, it is getting outdated with with all the new units coming out. But but with the new move and with the better chassis, especially on chassis that the mines now the mines reduces, or the mines now cleanse the enemies on their buff. For example, Gmod and stuff. Yeah, it's again, it's just good overall. There's no real downside that I can really find about it. Cleanse debuff. You don't really, so that means you don't even need to have like a cleanse debuff build on it, because it self cleanses debuffs. And what else? Yeah, huge damage. Especially on the last move. Alright, so let's get into the builds. Yeah, let's get into the builds and let's see how you will go for. So again, if you're from the future, right? If you're from the future, there's a more highly chance that the Pilot's Awaken is already out, and most likely you will just want to use Pilot Awaken, like Becca's Awaken or something like that on Percival. But since you're in Eon and we're playing it now, what other units, what pilot should you use? So, what pilot should you use? Honestly, any other, any top tier units now. Like, for example, you can use, let's see. I think you can see Lioma if you want, actually. Yeah. Lioma should be able to do it, even though you have. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lioma should work, because again, what Lioma does is Lioma have the second skill that basically doesn't require it on using chassis, because that skill relies on him being knocked down. So that's one of the I guess if you have Lioma on this, or if you have units or you have pilots that makes the unit immune to knockdowns, then Percival is just like invincible. It's basically Tekken Evil, but more damage, I guess. So, and also have the ability to buff, your team as well, by some degree. So Lioma should definitely work. But if you don't want to use Lioma, because you can actually use Lioma as a co-pilot. You can of course go for the old during even when Percival was meta, people uses units such as where's Chin? Chin will definitely work. Hey, hi, hello, Emke, hello, welcome. Yeah, Chin will definitely work, and you can just put Chin with Lioma's co-pilot skill. This will also be very, very strong. Just honestly, the old build, like if you search on my build on my build guide on Percival, most pilot will work. For example, someone says like Genom. Lord Genom should also be still be working on this unit. You can even go for I believe let's see. Let's see. I mean, yeah, Mori. I think you can use Mori on it, right? I definitely think you should be able to use it on it. Yeah, Mori should be able to use it on it too. I don't have Lioma. What should I use for Percival? Again, most unit that is good. Depending on what you have, you can use what's it called? Mori. Honestly, any top tier pilot on that is currently not in PV, or honestly just good Percival, or good many pilots in general. Because one of the good things about Percival is just it doesn't really have good it doesn't have strict requirements for pilots. Because you can put any pilots on it, and it might just work. It might just work as good. If you're doing Lioma, Alashi might work. the old meta. Honestly, might work. You can also put on Elena might work. Elena can actually make it, what's it called, live steal as well. Elena should definitely work as well. If you don't have Elena, Moray that I said before. If not Moray, even Hitomi should work on it as well. Any pilot that is melee focused, or just tanky in general, should work really well on it. I don't know if Knight will be as good on it, because let's see. Yeah, swords, right? I mean, if you want to use Leoma on it, I mean not Leoma. Like, if you want to use Button on it, it should definitely work. But I feel like Leoma will be better on some other units. So let's see. So those will work. And who else? Polo might work as well if you choose to, I believe. Yeah, Polo should also work. And by extension, Barmoth should also work. Because if you can make it spend his last move, that is also very, very powerful. So, bam. I believe people also used Kalos back then. Yeah, Kalos, Kurumi back then. Kurumi should also be a very good option. If it's good back then, it should also be good now. And again, it'll only not be, I guess, the best pilot until Pilot Awaken comes out. If Pilot Awaken comes out, then you can switch to Pilot's one. But for now, again, one of the good things about Percival is just you can use any pilot on it. That is you use any pilot on it that and it might just work. It worked just fine. So actually, if you're building your team, right, I actually suggest you finish building all of your other team first, or if you finish building your three units first, then lastly to build your Percival on at last, so you can use whatever pilot you have left to put on Percival. So that's actually what I would suggest. So actually, honestly, Percival is actually one of the units that I would really recommend like a new player getting as well, because it's so easy to build as well. So easy to build, and doesn't really care about what pilot you put on. And so now for PV, or now for the co-pilots. So let's put on like a good unit that thing will work. So let's go back to Chin, right? Let's go back to Chin, and let's go to let's say and again, I don't think, I'm pretty sure there's like a best pilot on Percival, but I don't know. I personally don't know, because I usually just use Percival with like that, along with with whatever pilot I have left. But I'm pretty sure there's the best pilot in different situations. So yeah, and for co-pilots, depending on what you have, again, if your pilot does not have if a pilot that doesn't have anti-knockdowns, then you can just put on anti-knockdowns like this one. Like him, or you can put on the Leoma's co-pilots. Where is it? Yeah, Leoma's co-pilots, or just any or just anything that anti-knockdown. Or if you want to just have easier, you can just have Chassis Stabilizers. Having Chassis Stabilizer, that means you can just have anything you want for your co-pilots. You can have Rewind on. You can have then you have Rewind on. You can have You even have Love on, like that if you want to. Honestly, yeah. You have Love on. You can have the Elena one on. You can even have 4-type Absorb. Honestly, yeah, 4-type Absorb is not a bad choice either, I think. Because there's drones that can be always damaging someone. So that's that. Full immune is not necessary, because again, Percival itself can already cleanse its own debuffs. So I don't personally think I personally don't think full immune is necessary on Percival. So, and that's actually one of the reasons why it makes it so good as well. So tanky. So you can also go for, say, yeah, so if you have Chassis Stabilizers, then you have a whole bunch of whatever co-pilot skill that you want. If you don't want to use Chassis Stabilizer, if you want to use the pad, if you want to use emergency detachment, then you will want, anything that can anti-knockdown and stuff like that. So I'm gonna leave it like this, I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna leave it with rewind on, because rewind is always good. And oh, I don't think I talked about the pets now, right? So the pets, I mean, of course, if you go for PvP, crab is always the option. Actually, yeah, if you have G2A, then you can have some other ones. For example, the pad, because G2A is basically just like a better chassis stabilizer. So, this is also a very good option. Like the G2A on, if you have this one, but you also want crab. So it's whatever. Percival can tank enough. I'm pretty sure already. So, honestly, any defensive pets, you can even have GM1 on it, and I don't know, put fork on it if you want to go against the ad nowadays. What else? I would suggest using tilted armor, but most other armor should work as well. You can put on acid, you can put on depending on the meta, right? Depending on the meta, you can put on different coatings. But tilted armor should never fail you. You can also put on liquidated armor. This one will also be very universal. So yeah, not bad. What else? Yeah, so that's that for the coatings, and yeah, for armor, yeah, just hard shell. For pet, I still suggest what's it called? Crab. If you have these two pets, then you can have some more creative setups. What else? And if you don't have any of this, you can always go for the good old mantis. You can also go for if you want to make it a little bit more offensive, you can go for panda. You can go for this one, because again, this one adds 10% final damage if the enemy is close by, and again, its final skill sucks the enemies in, so you always get the final damage buff if you're using it. And what else? And if you're really desperate, I guess you can put on last if you want to, just for more defensive abilities. But yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty sure there is more, but again, anything that can buff defensive ability should be should work on it. So I guess you can put on this anti-CC on it as well. But again, they already have anti-CC, so yeah. Alright, so crab, pad, tilted armor. Oh, rewind, because I don't have this one, so I'm gonna put on. Go. And again, pilots, just use anyone you want. That is either meta or that will work. So, it's really not too not too complicated. So. What is the song? Alright, hold on. Let me post the song title. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll put a song title in the chat. It is a song in Iron Saga, so if you want to know about Iron Saga, you can always do that. So this is a song name. Alright, so I think that's it about Percival. And I guess final thoughts on Percival. Yeah, great upgrade. Part of me want to say it could be stronger. Like the change can be more, like there could be more changes to it. But I think the change is actually better than Mazinkaiser. Overall, actually I don't know, because Mazinkaiser have the weapon change speed on as well, so hard to decide. And also Percival retrofit is not really good in PvE, especially if you're going against posters. So or at least last time when I tried it, it's not that good. So as a unit, overall the upgrade is very, very nice. I kind of wish that is better. It's not it. How many Mazinkaiser to restore Mazinkaiser? Wait, what does that mean? How many Mazinkaiser to restore Mazinkaiser? You mean like retrofit Mazinkaiser? You need 5 copies. So basically 1 copy as a base copies, and every copy is 1 star until you're 9 star. Then you can retrofit Mazinkaiser. So you only need 5 copies. So oh, hold on. I don't think I talked about the ammo, right? Ammo yeah, honestly, yeah, this is the best option for the ammo. In my opinion. Or you can go for, you know, high powered, just for more damage if you want. But I go for this one just so I can get more shield. Yeah, this one won't work. I guess you can go for this one, but the thing is, this one again, Percival is not that good in PvE in my opinion. So having plasma, I don't think is that. So I always go for charge point. Oh, the freaking yeah, hold on, yeah, that's right, yeah, you haven't actually haven't went over like like a lot of things. Okay, yes, so for the core, I go for HP just for more, yeah, just for more HP, you know, because the main job for Percival is to tank the enemies, right? So the core just for more HP, more survivability. But now with a new skill, you can go for, you know, you can go for this one if you want to. You can even go for hydraulic if you want to. But I personally still prefer using the HP core. So that's all that's what I prefer. And you know, and I think I talked enough about the enough about the chassis. So not chassis, the support. So I just any defensive one, chassis stabilizer, pad, or detached, depending on, you know, what you have for pet, armor, or co-pilot skin. On armor, hard shell is still always the best option. Unless you're using, you know, unless you already have hard shell somewhere else. For example, if you have the pet, this one, then you can have a different armor. You can have fork. You can have heavy armor. You can have different. You can have all kinds of different armor. So the hard shell, I think, is still the best option. If there was one part that you would recommend for new players to get, like with a moon badge, what do you recommend? Oh, 1 second, let me check. Moon badge, right? Moon badge. Okay, what is not grindable? I think overclock machine core might be one that I recommend, but again, it's for new players, right? So I don't know if new players can get a unit with that much HP or with that much weapon at the time. So this is a trick question. Definitely get a core, because core is by far the hardest one, or core is the most or the one I would recommend would most likely be a core, because core is the most how do you say? Yeah, core is the most expensive one for Apex shop. So again, if you're talking about parts, right? If you're talking about parts, what parts is good, I will always recommend hard shell or firm steel. Firm steel is always the best armor, or the most universal armor for this game. For you to not be one shot. Is the part that I would recommend for new players, but for some badge, getting the firm steel might not be the best option, because, you know, firm steel can be farmed by via challenges. So definitely should be something that is not farmable. So this is challenge. Not something that's not farmable. Overclock. Yeah, overclock might be a very good option for PvP. For PvE. So transition core might also be an option if it's not grindable. So let's see. Yeah, transition core is also one that I would that would do. What's up, you? Welcome Android, welcome. Want to finish start farming from steel. Yeah, just from steel, yeah. 30 needed. No wait, what? Hey, what? What's going on? What's up, you? I see, yeah. Alright. Yeah, so Jake, so basically just start grinding firm steel is what I recommend. If you really want to redeem something from the shop, go into core, right? Go into core and just kind of scroll down and see what core is not grindable. For example, large defense core is not grindable. This is a good option. And if you want to go for it, you also go for shell as well if you want to. Yeah, it's up to you. So, and then yeah, for armor, just hard shell. Oh yeah, firm steel depending on where. And for the coatings, yeah, coatings is, yeah, I think I talked about this one, right? Yeah, liquidated armor and this one universal. Alright, yeah, so that should be it for Percival. God, I hope this stream, I haven't been speaking way too fast for this stream. I think I did again, but, I mean, cause thing, yeah, next time, I probably need to have a script out for a very complicated unit, cause, yeah, Ullr is, that's a pain to build, so, or it's a pain to get, well, one, because I don't have it, second is, the whole thing about Ullr is just so complicated. Actually, yeah, hold on, I'm gonna recommend one more thing for Ullr, because Ullr, this one thing I forgot to show, yeah, for Ullr, you can actually go with Mafia if you want. It's kind of a meme, again, it's kind of a meme, but if you want to, you can go for it, yeah, Mafia with a thing, you know, Mafia with maximum, ammo cooldown, so, let me open it, yeah, see it, if you want to go for it, this might be pretty fun, if you want to try it, you know, feel free to go ahead, because it's last skill, right, its last skill, reduce the cooldown for the last action by 35%, and you know, for your, the last skill is the one that immune to every, you know, that immune to every single, you know, defensive ability. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens if you put Mafia with Ullr, right? So we'll see. But yeah, have fun experimenting with Ullr. I personally do not recommend. I mean, actually, I don't know. Depending on what you want, I guess. How do you say? Depending on what you want. If you roll for this one, just know that it's probably only gonna be good in PvP. If you're a PvE player, I don't think Ullr will be as will be that great. So in my opinion, it doesn't do the most damage, and yeah, it just support is its only thing. Its support in PvE is not as good as, you know, that's not as good as, say, Grace. Grace is just like, Grace is both very good in PvP and PvE wise for both PvP and PvE. So Ullr is the better support in PvP for sure. It's the best support right now for PvP for sure. But in terms of, is it worth the money? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Ullr is worth the money. I mean, if you're short on money, of course. If you're like, it is not worth it. But I mean, a lot of people get it. For example, as far as I know, XCOM got it because it's just very fun to, you know, it's just very fun to experience with. And of course, you know, that look very cool. And it's the first bow unit, and it's the first unit that does all these crazy stuff with, you know, with the not being ranged weapon and stuff. So yeah, yeah. If you get it, you will not regret it, I think. But I don't recommend getting. I don't recommend getting it in exposed to, like, you know, saving for, you know, horror and stuff like that. Because, you know, some of those weapons or some of those pilots, some of the new units are supposed to be good in both PvP and PvE. So yeah. The best time to farm purple part is when you get a lottery event like Genju Chet and Kikulan Yupet planes due to stamina. It gives back, you know, blue box also gives. Oh, I see. Yeah. Alright, any more questions, guys? Any more questions? I'm just gonna go into PvP for now, and I'm gonna use my PvP just and also show you guys what is the PvP now. You know, what is the PvP like for NC. And again, any questions, just ask me now. And if you're watching this later, you can always ask me in our Discord. And of course, the new core PvE mode is coming soon, and definitely come join us. And you know, and please consider sharing this stream with any other people. That would be very appreciated. So, alright. Oh, and I'm not sure if Percival and Mazinkaiser is still here, but for both of them, I think Mazinkaiser is a bit more worth it. One because it's a, you know, there's a collab, right? Second is because right now at least it is good in both PvP and PvE, so it's worth your money if you get it now. And I don't think you'll regret it at all. However, just be prepared. Everything in the arena right now can be destroyed by easily. So if you're losing in PvP, I guess don't worry about too much. It's just the meta today. Unless you're really good at the game, then don't worry about it too much if you're losing. So, and for Percival, see, although it's very strong, right? I actually don't recommend just rolling it for Percival unless you get like 2 free copies for the ball, just because you know, Percival is the same issue with Ullr. It's good in PvP, but in PvE, you know, that's a bit iffy. Yeah, that's a bit iffy. It's but Percival I think is a bit more worth it in a way because it is good in everything, right? Like it is good in offensive abilities, and for Ullr is it's just very support based. So yeah. At least Ullr got points for being very unique. So alright, let's do some PvP while we wait for people to ask any questions. Again, just ask any questions, and I will close the stream after I finish the PvP and see how far we can go to. We are at rank 358 today. Alright, and let's see. With my new PvP. I don't know if you went over this, but what's the best coat and armor for Mazinkaiser? Oh, I don't think I did actually. Yeah, I don't think I did when we were for Mazinkaiser. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys about it after this. Oh, and if you guys don't know, the reason why my ad clone is able to use his alt as well is because the new Hogan pilot Shino basically made that happen. So. Come on, we're winning, nice. Alright, let me just drink water real quick. So for the code, okay, without looking at it, I'm gonna just say tilted armor. Yeah, tilted armor is pretty good. Liquidate, yeah, the liquid armor is also very good. What else? The liquid armor. And I guess depending on the meta, right? Depending on the meta, then some coding will be better than the others. But for now, you can go with tilted and it will not go wrong. So, alright, so Mazinkaiser, right? Mazinkaiser. I think I went over most of this except for the coding. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I think I did one for 1-3 coding. So what I was saying is, for PvP, definitely tilted. You can go for tilted. You can go for this one. And depending on the meta, right? Depending on the meta, you can go for Quan. You can go for Acid. Or if you're running a full immunity, which I kind of suggest if you're running Mazinkaiser, you can also go for radioactive. But just have to make sure. But just make sure your teammates is either Warren or Mitsuki, so you get a full immunity. So. And for PvE, right? For PvE, then you'll want to go for SP. You want to go for Tiger Coat. You want to go for Berserker Coat for PvE. So this is for PvE. PvP is just defensive stuff. So, alright, that's that. Hope that's everything. So, alright. And I'm not sure if I talked about a pet, but if I didn't, just know that most defensive pet will work. For PvP and PvE, just the offensive pets. So. Alright. Fight. Let's see. Oh, I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock. It's been 1 hour or so. 17 people. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming. We already went over all the. We are now in the question and answer time. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Because what's it called? Yeah, this is a Q&A time. I can answer every question. And we're just doing oh, you see some using Grace. Some using Grace as support. Man, I love Shino ad. Shino ad, yeah, again, Shino ad can make ads clone use the alt as well. Yeah, there you go. Alt, absolutely amazing. Awesome. Let's see. Let's see who did most damage. Okay, I mean of course ad, yeah, ad does the most damage. I also take the most damage, and I also took the most damage. What happened to Himiko? Like Himiko didn't do anything. Dang. Alright. Alright. I just drink some water. Again, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll answer them ASAP. Alright, Are we winning? They're using Yinglong. Interesting. Haven't seen Yinglong use it for a while, but we're winning still. Let's add, yeah, the add AS is so nice. When the clone can use it. Yeah, the add like all the clones just use the AS and then add is dead. Yeah, add, oh my god, even now add is the meta. Man. Ooh, another Shikita Dragon. So many Shikita Dragons today. Alright. I'm laying down real quick because I'm tired. Oh, actually, someone had actually died. Who died first? Was it my healer? It might be, yeah, should be my healer. What's the best pilot for Shen Wu? I don't have Shen Wu, so I don't know, but I have seen people using, I've seen people using, Chin on it, I mean, hold on, let me see. Let me recall what Shen Wu does, right? Final damage reduction and stuff, honestly, yeah, I think what's called, yeah, I think, Chin might just work, and depending on what you have, yeah, I don't have Shen Wu, so I don't know the exact detail, but from what I've seen, people have been using, Chin, and I guess most top tier pilots will work as well, like if you're using, say, Pride, or, Pride should work too, and, who else? I'm not really sure, actually. 5-star at no good enough, is it? I mean, okay, so the thing is, right? 5-star, okay, a 5-star at can already clone, so it's already pretty strong. But, yeah, 5-star at is already good, but it's just not as strong as, 7 or, 6 or 7 star. So, it's like, I think it's the strongest at 7-star, but, yeah. So, yeah, for Shen Wu, yeah, I just think if you use any pilots on it, it should work, for the most part, and, I guess, yeah, like, yeah, my bad, yeah, I don't have Shen Wu, so I just don't know. I've seen people using, like, Hydra on it, like, that's not Ian yet, but I've seen people use her on it as well. So, for at 5-star, honestly, 5-star ad can really do a lot of the stupid stuff that, that people hate now. But, yeah, it's just not, compared to, compared to other units, not as good. Or compared to other stars, not as good. Definitely usable though. Especially in 5-star arena. Like, in 5-star arena, at is not, like, at won't fear Hila, because Hila doesn't have the chassis, so at is just absolutely broken in that mode, so. Should I even try? Oh, I don't know. I feel like this build is a bit going downhill for me. Alright. Nice. Also, I'm using Merlin as well. Awesome. Interesting. Alright. Cute. Yes. Ho. I'm gonna put the chat behind because there's been too much chat right now. So. My voice, losing my voice because it's being too much. Alright. Am I winning? Yeah, I'm winning. Ooh. Himiko. This is what's going on. There's so much ad just doing his AS. Who's still surviving against those AS? Oh, it's their Shingeter. Yeah, that is their Shingeter dragon. Of course, yeah, Shingeter dragon can really time people out with how tanky he was. I just wish I can beat it though. Holy crap, I don't think I could, honestly. Please, Shingeter dragon. Oh, finally! That Shingeter dragon lasted a good 30 seconds by himself against At. Wow. Oh yeah, of course it's him. Of course it's him. OP. Boom. At versus that. Does he have a healer? Honestly, now I just have a healer in just for the safety measure. Because, you know, if they have At and we don't have a healer, then it'll be a tough time. Bum. Ouch. Oh, we're losing. How are we losing? We have healer. My healer died in the first. Our challenge is a good way to get purple parts. Hold on. Our challenge is a good way to do purple. Yeah, honestly, it might be the only way, or the only legitimate. I mean, not legitimate way. The only most stable way to get it. Even though, you know, the RNG is still, you know, that's still annoying sometimes. But yeah. Is how most people get their purple parts in the first place. Like, just grind it every single day on the one that you want, and eventually, once when you don't want it anymore, you can you know, change it in guild shop, and you can also you are awesome. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you. So but I mean, there's also another way, that is the map farm. Map farming. Some stages will give you certain parts, and you can use those parts to exchange them in the guild shop. So that's another way. So those two ways are the best ways to get purple parts. So yeah. Come on, I want to get to at least top 300 today. Oh my god, I'm dying so fast. What's going on? I'm not using the right team. Funny. Oh, they're the same team. Maybe I should change some teams. Hey, I just put Pilot Oscar here. Useful. Yeah, he's very useful. Yeah. Oscar is very strong. Yeah, very powerful. Congratulations. Yeah. Okay, so Oscar is like yeah, honestly, I guess, yeah, it doesn't really matter what unit you have. Oscar is pretty good on most units, both range and both range and melee. But it's the best at melee, with his with his chassis, that was with his skill kit. But congrats, yeah, it's probably one of the, I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of the best pilot, but it's probably one of the best pilot. Yeah. Like, to this day, still not outdated and stuff, or, yeah, still not too outdated and stuff. Yeah, I think, one of the best pilot, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure people would disagree with me if I say, like, it is the best pilot, but, or, it is one of the best pilot, but I think, with his skill kit, like, it's pretty good. It has, yeah, like, at least 2 of his skills are probably one of the best skills in game. So, now, okay, so back then, yes, so like about 2 months ago, maybe. Now though, with Act coming out, and especially after more, potentially more, more melee units coming out, we're slowly shifting to 4-fighter mecha, because range mecha and support just dies way too fast in today's mecha, into this meta. So, Peter said, do you know other games apart from Iron Saga? I want to play Super Robot War, but it's region lock blocking, and I heard they will close their servers. Oh, I see. That's sad. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so ones that has as good quality as Iron Saga, even though Iron Saga's quality is questionable at best. I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. For me, yeah. If you're talking about mobile games, then no. Yeah, I don't think there is one right now. Maybe until a bit later, because there's a few that might be coming out soon. So there's a few that might be coming out soon, and we will see. Yeah, but if you're talking about like non-mobile games, like on Steam, then there's quite a lot of good mecha games. So it's a good choice for solo on Solo 8. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Solo Corner. Yeah, should be good. Yeah. As far as I know, it should work on it. Yeah, it should work in it. You can put it. You can also put it in at the newest at. You can put it in Mazinkaiser. You can put it in Percival. Yeah, everything we talk about today, you can technically put it in. Actually, I think you can even put it in Ullr if you want to. Actually, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Ullr also might be kind of interesting. Yeah. Yay! Top 300. Yeah. So and just to go back to the 3-fighter and 1 support thing. So that's how it is. That is how. Okay. So back then is 2 melee, 1 DPS range, and 1 support. And recently is 3. And recently, yes, it's 3 fighters and 1 support. But now it's 4 fighters and no support, because if you're not a melee unit, if you're not a fighter, you will not survive. Yeah, like that's how the meta has come to. So how about Tian Chen? Tian Chen is it's like a ranged melee, I guess. It's been outdated. So yeah, it's about. Yeah, Tian Chen's been outdated for a bit now, so I don't think it'll be as good now. So, another talking about if you wanted to put Oscar on Tian Chen, then yeah, pretty sure Oscar will can work on Tian Chen. So let's actually see what Oscar does. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely be good intention. Yeah, Oscar is just that one pilot that have every single good skill in the game. I don't think I don't think it will get outdated anytime soon, even in today's standard. It's just like a old pilot that is still useful till this day. Very nice. Mm. I guess we're gonna do some 12v12s. Never mind. I don't have a team. I don't have my team built. Anything I might want to show you guys. Let's see. Alright. Oh yeah, and a new skin. Let's see. One thing I heard they've done is they fixed the flashing light. yeah, I think they fixed the flashing light now, so it's, so they don't blind you for just doing random things. Yeah, nice. Yeah, they finally fixed it. I don't know. I feel it's cooler sometimes that can use the that has a flashing light and stuff. Alright. Oh, and this Moray scale is what's it called? It's animated. So anything in Discord? Anything in Discord that oh yeah, let me come join Discord, guys. Oops. Oh. Alright. Never mind. Seems like what? Yeah, it seems like what's it called? They're not that online right now. Oh, cute. Say hi. Draw. Oh, someone got a draw with it. Whatever, screw it, yeah. Anything else I need to do for today? Any questions, guys? Any questions? Ask before I end the stream. Come on. Nine people? You know what? Yeah, it seems like... Yeah. What about... Oh, I have 175. Save it. Okay, so... It really depends, right? If you're rolling... So... What this really is if you roll for a lot of them, right? If you roll for, say, if you roll like... If you roll for 8 copies of a certain unit, for example, if I roll for 8 copies of this, that means I need 1 more to make a 9-star. Then you can use the stats to finish the last copy. So that's what that's what people usually, or that's what you should that's what you usually do. If you only have like, say, 1 or 2 copies and you don't think you want to finish it, then save it for the next one. Save for the next one if you don't if you don't want to finish the unit. Yeah, only exchange with the alloys on the unit that you want to finish. So yeah. Unless the unit is good at 5-star, I guess add is good at 5-star, but I think add exchange is already expired, so yeah. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours and 30 seconds. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream now, so definitely thank you guys all so much for coming. And what's it called? And I have a pin, but definitely join Discord team as well. Alright. And you know, please consider sharing the stream and yeah, sharing the stream and just sharing the new mode is coming to Terrence and Ian. So. Yeah, awesome. Welcome. You're welcome. Bye. Yeah, goodbye. And yeah. This has been fun. I hope I didn't speak way too fast, so I don't. Yeah. Oh sure. Just waiting. Yeah, just waiting for a little bit more so I can what's it called? Just in case any more questions. And again, if you missed asking me questions on the stream, just join Discord to ask it. So, timing. I have sure there's any guide. Okay, yeah. I'll look into it. Yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah, I'll look into it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, welcome.